This video contains numerous bloody and violent scenes. Viewers who may be affected are advised to watch with caution. In the Taihang Mountains, there was a surgeon who specialized in treating trauma. He was called Dr. Mao. The so-called trauma referred to skin sores or abscesses. In other words, Dr. Mao was the equivalent of a modern-day dermatologist. That dusk, he was heading home after changing the dressing for a hunter in the mountains. The crimson sunset spilled onto the mountain path, creating a disturbingly eerie atmosphere. Dr. Mao looked at his own distorted shadow stretched by the setting sun, and the hairs on the back of his neck stood up without him realizing it. The surroundings suddenly became unnaturally quiet. Based on his many years of experience walking in the mountains, Dr. Mao knew that he was definitely being watched by something. His thoughts raced, and he subconsciously quickened his pace. Indeed, it was just as Dr. Mao had expected. Just as he was feeling uneasy, the thing that was secretly watching him appeared. The bushes by the path suddenly burst open, and a dark figure shot out, blocking the middle of the road. It was a wolf. Its green eyes in the twilight were frighteningly bright. What was incredible was that this wolf was holding an oilcloth bundle in its mouth. Although he had anticipated something, seeing this scene up close still scared Dr. Mao half to death. He clutched his medicine box tightly, and cold sweat instantly soaked his back. But fortunately, the wolf didn't pounce on him. Instead, it placed the oilcloth bundle at his feet, then took 2 steps back and sat down, signaling for Dr. Mao to open the bundle. Dr. Mao bravely untied the bundle. Inside were several pieces of glittering gold jewelry. While he was stunned, the wolf suddenly approached, tugging at the corner of Dr. Mao's clothes with its mouth, as if it wanted to lead him somewhere. Seeing that the wolf meant no harm, Dr. Mao put away the gold jewelry and followed the wolf. After crossing 3 mountain ridges, the wolf led him to a cave. On the dry grass inside the cave lay a convulsing wolf. There was a pustule on the wolf's forehead, and a foul smell hit his nose. Only then did Dr. Mao understand that the gold jewelry was the wolf's payment for medical treatment. So he immediately opened his medicine box, took out a small knife and scraped away the rotten flesh. Just like treating a human, he scraped away all the pus, blood, and maggots, then applied herbal medicine and bandaged it. After doing all this, he got up to leave. By now, it was already dark. The wolf that had led the way followed not too far behind Dr. Mao, like a silent guard. After walking for about 3 li, he suddenly heard a series of howls from the forest ahead. Then several vicious wolves with fierce eyes rushed out. Dr. Mao's legs went weak, and he was so scared he almost fell to his knees. From the fresh blood dripping from the corners of the wolves' mouths, Dr. Mao knew they were definitely not there to see him for medical treatment. Just as the hungry wolves were about to attack, the wolf that had sought his help immediately rushed forward, growling at the other wolves. It seemed to be shouting at them, or perhaps explaining something. After a moment of confrontation, the other wolves turned and ran away one by one, instantly disappearing into the night. Dr. Mao finally calmed himself and stumbled back home. Remembering the terrifying experience and looking at the gold given by the wolf in his hand, Dr. Mao actually felt it was worth it. Little did he know that this gold would bring him a great disaster. It turned out that before Dr. Mao's encounter with the wolf, a murder had occurred in the county town. A wealthy merchant named Ning Tai was robbed and killed on a mountain path. His belongings were all stolen. The authorities investigated for months but couldn't catch the killer. One day, Dr. Mao took the gold to a pawn shop. As soon as he took it out, he was seen by a passing member of the Ning family. And this jewelry was exactly what Ning Tai wore before his death. So, the Ning family immediately took Dr. Mao to the county yamen, accusing him of being the murderer. In court, Dr. Mao repeatedly defended himself, claiming that he had gotten all this jewelry from a wolf. He then recounted the story of how the wolf gave him the gold jewelry from beginning to end. However, the county magistrate did not believe him after hearing. He only considered him a murderer who killed for money and was trying to escape punishment with a ridiculous story. He immediately ordered the guards to throw him into the death row cell. In prison, Dr. Mao cried day and night, begging the county magistrate for 3 days' time to go to the mountains and find the wolf as a witness. Although the county magistrate was skeptical, his curiosity got the better of him, so he sent 2 bailiffs to escort him into the mountains. But when they arrived at the cave where Dr. Mao had previously treated the wolf, it was already empty. So the 3 of them had to return disappointed. On the way, the mountain wind swirled with fallen leaves, as if countless ghosts were peeping from the dark. Suddenly, 2 wolves leaped out from a pile of rocks by the roadside. One of them had a scar on its forehead, glowing greenish-black in the moonlight. It was the very wolf that Dr. Mao had saved. Dr. Mao hurried forward and pleaded, "A few days ago, you gave me gold jewelry, but now I have been wrongly accused of murder because of it. If you have a spirit, please save my life." The 2 wolves stared at the iron chains on Dr. Mao's wrists, and with a sudden howl, they pounced on the bailiffs. The bailiffs hastily drew their swords, and the gleam of the blades and the sharp fangs faced off on the mountain path. The situation was about to explode. Just then, the wolf with the scar on its forehead suddenly went forward and pawed at the ground, as if signaling something. Then it threw back its head and let out a long, mournful howl. The howl was long and drawn out. In the surrounding forest, a chorus of wolf howls immediately responded. In the blink of an eye, hundreds of gray shadows rushed out from the bushes from all directions, surrounding the 3 men. Under the unfavorable situation of being besieged by wolves, the officers finally came to their senses. They fumbled to unlock the chains. The moment the chains fell, the wolf pack, as if receiving a command, dispersed in an orderly fashion, and in the blink of an eye, they disappeared into the dense forest, as if they had never appeared. Later, the bailiff reported this strange experience to the county magistrate in its entirety. Although the county magistrate felt it was strange, he still had doubts, and did not release him immediately. It was not until a strange incident a few days later that the county magistrate was convinced of Dr. Mao's innocence. One day, the county magistrate was on an inspection tour. On the way, he encountered a wolf squatting in the middle of the road, holding a tattered cloth shoe in its mouth. The county magistrate ordered his guards to drive it away, but the wolf simply put the shoe down on the ground. The county magistrate had his attendant pick up the shoe, but the wolf picked it up again and ran ahead, placing it on the road. This was repeated several times, as if it were guiding them. The county magistrate immediately ordered his men to take the cloth shoe and investigate the matter thoroughly. In less than half a day, the bailiffs reported back that a man named Chong Shin from a neighboring village had lost his shoe 3 days ago after being chased by a wolf, and was still at home recuperating from his injuries. So the county magistrate immediately sent people to arrest Chong Shin for questioning. Finally, Dr. Mao's name was cleared. It turned out that 6 months ago, it was Chong Shin who had robbed and killed Ning Tai on the mountain path, stealing the silver, but had dropped the gold jewelry on the way. He never expected it to be picked up by a wolf. It is said that on the day Dr. Mao was released, someone said they saw 2 wolves squatting on a hill outside the county town, watching him walk out of the prison gate, before leaping into the forest and disappearing into the clouds and mist. The story ends here. In this story, Pu Songling departs from his usual portrayal of wolves as sinister and cunning, and depicts the wolf in the text as a sentient creature with feelings and righteousness. The reason he changed his usual style and wrote the story of a wolf repaying a kindness may seem absurd, but in fact, it conceals the author's cynical creative mentality. On the surface, he is writing about wolves, but in reality, he is writing about in the animal kingdom, wolves, which have always been regarded as ferocious, will still repay those who show them kindness. But some people would commit murder for profit. Such behavior is truly worse than that of beasts. As the saying goes, a beast's heart is stronger than a man's heart. A man with a beast's heart is not as good as a beast.